Hare Krishna, all the devotees. We'll start our prayers first before starting the class. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishnaya Om Adnyantimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namane. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. So we are on the chapter number 12. That is, the name and title is Devotional Service, and we saying sloka number 8. So before starting the sloka, I can brief you about. I want to brief you about this chapter. This chapter is very important chapter as per the devotional service, and we are at the middle of the Bhagavad Gita, like in the middle section, like from 7 to 12, and this is the last chapter of the middle section, like the main part of sandwich. How we can correlate Bhagavad Gita with a sandwich. So this is the last chapter and a very important chapter. Now we have seen the connection between the chapters. Like in 10th chapter, Krishna has told Arjuna that yes, I am this, that. And then Krishna like Krishna shows his identity as a supreme in a universal form. And now the main important part, the gist of the discussion is given here, because Arjuna was serious. After seeing the universal form, Arjuna was serious. And then the main discussion Krishna started in the 12th chapter, that is the devotional service. So we'll recite this verse 3 times, and then we'll see the how the acharyas and how the Prabhupada is commenting in the Bhagavad. Mayyeva mana adhatsvam aim buddhi niveshaya nivasishyasi mayyeva ata urdhvam na samshaya. Mayyeva mana adhatsva mayi buddhim niveshaya nivasishyasi mayyeva ata urdhvam na samshaya. Mayyeva mana adhatsva mayi buddhim niveshaya nivasishyasi mayyeva ata urdhvam na samshaya. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, and engage all your intelligence in me. So me means the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishna is telling to Arjuna, thus you will live in me always without a doubt. So very important chapter, and the main level of epitome, like how we can say, the devotional service, the highest level of devotional service is this. In this shloka, the okay, we can start with this. Like this chapter is divided into 3 sections. First 7 verses are related to the how bhakti is superior to impersonalism, and Krishna is directly smashing the impersonalism, that yes, bhakti is the only like serving or worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, worshipping the form of the Lord, that is the important thing. And that is the supreme and not the impersonalism. Krishna is directly giving, it is from this in this first 7 shlokas. And then from 8, the next section is started, and that is related to the how progressive stages of devotional service. So devotional service has some stages, and how one can perform the devotional service as per his level. So the levels of devotional service are told in this next 5 shlokas from 8 to 12. And then and the section 3, it is related to the devotee's disposition. So how qualities that endear one to Krishna. What qualities devotees should have to attain Krishna? So first, Krishna is telling Arjuna in the first 7 shlokas. Therefore, this uh, as per the acronym, it is given God. This chapter is given name as God. First G is Godhead. So Krishna is the supreme. And then second O is options. How many options? How many levels are there? So Krishna is explaining progressive levels of devotional service to Arjuna. Based on uh, our level, we can take that thing, take that process for the devotional service. And then in the third stage, it is a devotee's disposition, how to attain that. So first Krishna is telling in the 7 verses that supreme Lord is supreme, and impersonalism is nothing. The worshipping the personal form of the Lord, that is more important, more perfect than the supreme, and than the impersonalism. And then in this shloka, Krishna is telling the highest stage of devotional service. In the purport, Prabhupada is telling how Prabhupada is giving the purport, we'll see. So in the purport, Prabhupada is telling one who is engaged in Lord Krishna's devotional service lives in direct relationship with the Supreme Lord. So there is no doubt that his position is transcendental from the very beginning. So to develop or to perform a devotional service means to worship the Supreme Lord. When we are in connection with the Supreme Lord, or when we perform any activity of the devotional service, then we are direct in the relationship with the Lord. And how to develop this? So this is the first and topmost stage, how Krishna is telling that just fix your mind. The two instructions Krishna is giving here. Just fix your mind upon me, the Supreme Personality of God, and engage all your intelligence in me. So by doing these two activities, we will directly develop direct relationship with the Supreme Lord. So there is no doubt that his position is transcendental from the very beginning. So the one who is engaged, Krishna is telling that one who is engaged in the direct service of the Lord, he is the supreme. His position is transcendental. From beginning, his position is transcendental. Like how we can understand this? If someone is, we say that even in Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lifetime, devotees asked him that who is a devotee. So Lord says that anyone takes name of Krishna even once, then he is a devotee. So like that, one who is engaged in Lord Krishna's devotional service, taking name of Lord, it's also one type of devotional service. So chanting, every day we chant, and the starting of chanting is direct relationship with the Supreme Lord. So a devotee does not live on the material plane. He lives in Krishna. Lives in Krishna means what? It is not merging into Krishna, but lives in Krishna, it's like always being in touch with Krishna. So whatever we do in all our activities, we are always in the connection with the Krishna. That is meaning of lives in Krishna. So Prabhupada is telling in purport, the holy name of the Lord and the Lord are not different. And where it is given? So it is given in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, 17th chapter, 133rd shloka, that Nama Chintamani Krishna's Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha, Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto, Abhinnatvam Nama Nami. The holy name of Krishna is transcendentally blissful. It bestows all spiritual benedictions, for it is Krishna himself, the reservoir of all pleasure. Krishna's name is complete, and it is the form of all transcendental mellows. It is not a material name under any condition, and it is no less powerful than Krishna himself. Since Krishna's name is not contaminated by the material qualities, there is no question of its being involved with Maya. Krishna's name is always liberated and spiritual. It is never conditioned by the laws of material nature. This is because the name of Krishna and Krishna himself are identical. Abhinnatvam namanami. So Krishna and Krishna's name is same. So this shloka is taken from Padma Puran. And when it is said in this purport, Prabhupada told it, the holy name of the Lord and the Lord are not different. The name of Abhinnatvam Nama Namina. Krishna and Krishna's holy name is not different. Therefore, when a devotee chants Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and his internal potency are dancing on the tongue of the devotee. So when we chant, the internal potency of the Lord, Ladini Shakti, it is dancing on our tongue. And even Rupa Goswami in Padyavali, he says sometimes that I should have thousands of tongues so that I will relish the like holy name of the Lord. So when he offers Krishna food, so it is by chanting. And definitely in Prabhupada is telling that how to fix our mind. See, Krishna is giving two instructions. What is the topmost level? So that levels are starting from 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. So 5 levels are given. And this is the topmost position. That just fix your mind upon me and the Supreme Personality of Godhead and engage all your intelligence. So whatever our intelligence is there, we should engage in Krishna, in the service of Krishna. Thus, you will live in me. So you will always be engaged or always be attached to me without a doubt. So for attachment, we should have developed a connection, strong connection with Krishna, and that is that strong connection. These two instructions are given in the Shastric words. It is called as, first is just to fix your mind upon me. It is called as Smaranatmika Bhakti. So this process of bhakti is called as Smaranatmika Bhakti. Just fix your mind upon me means every time we should always think upon Krishna. Like, okay, in our mind, how we can develop, how we can remember Krishna more and more. So Smaran. So that is a one type of devotional service we are performing just by fixing our mind upon Krishna. And then second, fix your intelligence on me. What the second instruction Krishna is giving, fix your intelligence on me. Engage all your intelligence in me. That means Mananatmika Bhakti. So we should always contemplate over the thoughts of Krishna. Contemplate, oh yes, Krishna is doing this. Krishna is Krishna is testing me. Mahadevi always tests us. So it is a Krishna's energy. And when we, even while drinking drinking the water, we say it is not H2, it is like Rasosmi Apsu Kaunteya. So Krishna is telling in the 15th chapter that I am the test in water. So when we drink water, we should realize or Mananatmika Bhakti, we should contemplate over our thoughts. Yet how much we are in a day, how much we are thinking of Krishna. And that is possible only when we take the holy name seriously. And even the holy name in Prabhupada is so merciful. Prabhupada is telling in the purport that even while taking the holy name, we may miss sometimes. And we can experience this. We already have experience. But while chanting, we have so many different thoughts, and uh, we may neglect or we may miss some holy names, some part of holy name, and that will not be beneficial for us, or it will not be giving full pleasure to the Krishna. But when he offers Krishna food, so one who engaged in Lord Krishna's devotional service, about him Prabhupada is telling in the purport that when a devotee offers Krishna food, Krishna directly accepts these eatables. And the devotee becomes Krishnaized by eating the remnants. So when we offer Krishna food, now people will say, oh, what you are saying about the food. If we offer food, your Krishna is not eating also. How he will eat? Already you are just keeping the plate and just taking it away. But after after 7, 8 minutes, 10 minutes. But Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. His senses are not limited. With eyes also he can eat. So just by the glance of so just by glance, devotees are getting attracted to the Lord Jagannath. And when Krishna sees food preparations which are offered with a devotion, with a love, then Krishna accepts that devotion, and that food, the whatever offered, that becomes a prasad. So just by taking that prasad, the devotee is becoming Krishnaized, because that is having a touch. So one who does not engage in such service, that is last. So Prabhupada is telling that even in case of chanting, it will go sometimes when we chant, we hear, but many times it goes from up. So it is a bouncer many times. But in case of prasad, it will always act. Therefore, in our process, always with every what with every program ends with a prasad. So prasad means sometimes many devotees say prasad means Prabhu ke sakshat darshan. So when we take prasad, it will automatically work because it goes inside only. It is not like a holy name which is going from here and coming out from here or going above bouncer. So it will not be like that. So always prasad will go inside and it will work. So at least we should these two process fixing our mind on Krishna and engaging all our activities, Smaranatmika Bhakti and Mananatmika Bhakti. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna, and always think of Krishna. So Krishna is telling in many verses are dedicated to Manmanabhav Madbhakto Madhyajimam Namaskuru. So all these verses, all the essence is like how we can develop our attachment to Krishna. And by doing these activities, we develop attachment. And but one who does not engage in such service cannot understand how this is so. Although this process recommended in Bhagavad Gita and in other Vedic literatures. So even though the process is explained everywhere in the Vedic literatures that how we can get attached to Krishna, and for developing this attachment, what is the devotional service? So Smaranatmika Bhakti and Mananatmika Bhakti, thinking or remembering of Krishna, Smaran and Mananam. So Mananam means always contemplating on the thoughts of Krishna. So that is the essence of this verse. We'll stop here for today. Sorry, it went 4 minutes ahead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Pranam.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna,
Dandavat
Prabhuji.
Pranam.